Hey friends, and welcome back to Let's Find Out About It. So as you all already know, this is a time where we take a topic from the book that we read and we discuss it a little bit more. We've done a lot of these Let's Find Out About It already, so you all are already champs at this. So today you all were able to read Max's Dragon Shirt with Miss Kaylin. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the sun and the sun effects. But before we do that, let's look at this illustration from the book. So, right here we can see Max and Ruby boarding the bus to go to the department store. But my question to you all is this during the day or is it during nighttime? Are they going to the mall during the day or is it nighttime? Okay, so I heard a lot of you say this was during the daytime. But, you know, Miss Khalees, I'm a little curious, right? I need some clues. I need some help. How do we know that this is during the daytime? Yes, I heard you all name a couple good points. So the first way that we know that this is during the daytime is that we can see the blue sky. I know that during the day the sky is blue. At nighttime the sky is black. You may see some stars twinkling. Also, we can see that it is light outside. There is light casting down and you can see everything. It is illuminated. Lastly, even though we can't see the sun in this picture, right? If we look up, we cannot see the sun in the sky. We can tell that there is still sunlight because the sky is bright and we have that light outside. So we know that the sun is shining and there is sunshine. Excuse me, friends. So that is how we know that it is during the daytime. But a lot of those clues, right, they are related back to the sun, right? The sun was the main reason of why we know that this illustration was taken during the daytime. So my question to you all, and a question you all may be having is, what is the sun? Don't worry, friends, that is what we are going to discuss today. So if you can look up at this picture, the sun is a star in the sky. So you all already know what stars are, right? When it's nighttime outside, you can see a bunch of little twinkling lights, and you can see them up in the sky. Well, the sun is special because it is a very, very, very big star. In fact, the sun is such a big star. All of the light from the sun is what we get when we have sunlight outside and in our book. So, the sun is basically a huge ball of fire that is up in space. I know that sounds kind of crazy, friends, but yes, the sun is a huge ball of fire and it is extremely, extremely hot. It is so hot that we can feel the heat all the way through space, all the way down to Earth. So it has to travel a lot of miles. So that's how we know it is super hot. And the sun's rays, they give off the bright light that we see during the daytime. And so the sun is what lights up the Earth and what illuminates everything and where we get our sunlight from. So we know that when the sun is shining, it is daytime. When the sun isn't shining, it is nighttime. So, now that we know what it means for it to be daytime and nighttime, how can we tell the sun is shining at all? Well, you all already said a lot of the clues when I asked you how you could tell that this was daytime. And so you all already know this information. You probably just never really thought about it because this is something we experience every single day, right? But there are a couple ways that you can tell when the sun is shining. The first way that you can tell is to use your sense of touch, right? You can feel the sensation of the sun shining down and beaming on your skin. And that is the heat that we feel when it is hot outside. You know, when it's a 70-degree day outside, it's hot, you have shorts on, you have your short sleeve shirts on. We already know the sun is shining bright and we are getting that heat. So that's how we can tell the sun is shining. Another way that we can tell is to use our sense of sight and look all around us. So, I'm so sorry, friends. Our sun is shining this day, and so we have some loud people in the background. But another way that we can tell if the sun is shining by using our sense of sight. And we can look and see that there is light outside. So you all were able to use your sense of sight, and you could see that it was light outside, the sky was blue. So I'm just going to put some pictures on the screen, and these are examples of days when the sun is shining. This picture right here, that is Rittenhouse Square, the park that is in Center City. You all have probably been there a couple times. And right here we can see that the sun is shining bright this day, and it must be hot outside because we see with people with short sleeves and shorts. And we know that is the clothing that you wear when it is hot or warm weather outside. In this other picture, you can see the skyline of Philadelphia. And it is illuminated, it is lit up super bright. You can see everything. So those are just examples of what it looks like when the sun is shining. So now I have a question for you all. Now that we know what the sun is, we know how to tell if it's day or light and the different characteristics of when the sun is shining. What are some activities that you like to do during the day? Okay, I'll give you a second to think about that. Just think about some of the things, the activities, the games you like to do during the day. And I'm going to think as well. Okay, so I thought of a couple, and you may have thought of these as well. And these are also some things that our characters from our books have done during the day when the sun is shining. I know that you can go to the park when the sun is shining. You can go outside your house and play some sidewalk games. Maybe you can get some chalk and play hopscotch, different things like that. Maybe if you're with if you're with a parent, a family member, a different adult, you can go out and run some errands. You can go to the grocery store. You can go do all those different things. Now let's take some time to think about what you do during the nighttime, right? We just listed all those activities that you do during the day. You were able to think of some activities you do during the day. Now let's really take a second to think about what we do during the nighttime. I didn't give you all a thinking cap last time, but this may be a little harder because I know we don't do much during the nighttime. So I'm going to take a thinking cap for you. And here I'm going to do a thinking cap for myself. And let's think about the things we do during the nighttime. Okay, I was able to think of a couple of things, During the nighttime, I like to eat dinner. I like to be in the house, spend time with my family. Maybe we'll go outside and put the projector up and watch a movie on the projector. Or, one thing that a lot of you maybe thought about is go to sleep. One thing you do at nighttime is go to sleep. You get your rest. So those activities that we do during the night are a lot different than what happens during the day, right? And why do you think that is? Okay, so one of you probably said that these activities are different because the sun is not shining and we don't have any light. It can be very hard to see at nighttime, right? If you're out in the park playing a game, it may be hard to see the ball that's coming towards you, so that could be a little dangerous. It may be hard for whoever you came to the park with to see you as you play. And so there are different things that you really don't want to do during the nighttime because it's just a little harder to see. It won't be as fun. So that's why we do a lot of these things during the daytime. So I know you all have probably thought this before. I know when I was younger, when I was around your age, this is something I thought about. But how do we even have day and night in the first place, right? Why do we have the sun shining for part of the day and then for the other part of the day it's dark and it's nighttime? Well, friends, I brought an explanation for you, okay? So I have this picture up on the screen and I want you all to take a very good look at this picture. And you may be wondering what is in this picture, but this is a picture of the sun and Earth. The sun is the huge star ball of fire right there. And Earth, the planet that we live on, is that globe right there with all the blue ocean, just like we talked about in past sessions. So I know that when the Earth, excuse me, friends. I know that it is daytime when part of the Earth is lit up by the sun, right? It's nighttime when part of the Earth isn't lit up by the sun. But how does that happen? This may sound cool, friends, but we have day and night because Earth is always spinning up in space, right? I brought this ball right here, and I know this ball looks a lot different from Earth, but it is a sphere. And so we're going to look at this. And so every day, every 24 hours, our Earth makes one full rotation. It takes 24 hours to do that, and so that's how we got a day is 24 hours. So if the Earth is rotating, And the sun is right here facing it, just like, bring our picture back up, just like we can see in our picture. Our rotation must cause why part of the earth is not getting hit by the sun, right? I'm thinking that may be it. Let's take a deeper look at this. Right here, I have a flashlight from my phone. And this flashlight right here is going to represent the sun. It's not as bright, it's not as big, but this is just a demonstration, so we're going to use this. So we have the sun up in space, and our sun stays the same, right? It stays in the same place. So here's our sun beaming. Then we have Earth. Just like in our picture, we have Earth that is facing the sun. So if we can see this first half of Earth, you can see it right here. It is lit up. Do you think the part that's lit up, is that daytime or nighttime? So all of the people that live on this side of the earth, do you think they're experiencing daytime or nighttime? Yeah, we talked about when the sun is shining, we know that it is daytime. Now, let's think about the people on the other side of the earth that is not facing the sun. Is that daytime or nighttime? Seems to be a little darker over here. The light isn't reaching that side. The light can't go through earth, right? It can't go through it. It can only go show right on it. So our people on this side of the earth, they're not getting any light. So it is nighttime. But if our earth spins completely every 24 hours, so it is rotating, eventually the people who are in the back and weren't getting any light, they're going to come to the front and they're going to get the light, and it's going to be their daytime. So our earth continues to move, and the people who are receiving light continue to be different. And so that is why we get day and night. It's a cool little explanation right there, friends. I know the first time I learned that, I thought it was so cool. So we talked about how the sun is a huge star and it gives off light, the rays cast down on us. But let's talk about how the sun can be a little dangerous sometimes, right? It can be a little dangerous sometimes. Maybe you've experienced looking straight into the sun and now your eyes hurt a little bit. It was a little too bright. Or maybe you sat outside a little too long. You were enjoying the heat. You were at the beach relaxing, and now you got a little sunburn and your skin is starting to peel. So even though the sun is amazing, it gives us our plants, it gives us our light, sometimes the rays from the sun can be a little too strong. So what you all are want to do is go do an activity with Miss Ari where you can learn how to protect yourself from the rays of the sun when it is shining just a little bit too bright. After that, maybe you all can bring some of that information back to me, because the weather is getting nice, it's getting a little hotter outside, so maybe I can use some of these protection as well.
Hi friends, welcome to Let's Find Out About It. Today we're going to look at how the sun and the Earth's rotation make day and night. So here, this is the Earth. We're going to pretend that this right here, the words, are us on the Earth. And then I have this big lamp, which is going to be our sun. So first, when I hold us towards the sun, is this daytime or nighttime for us? I remember that Miss Khalees told us that when the sun is shining on us, it's daytime. So when the sun and Earth are like this, it is daytime. So what type of day is happening back here where the sun's not hitting? Right, it would be nighttime, or people on this side of the Earth would be sleeping. Now throughout the day, the sun rotates, which causes night and day. And then the sunlight is hitting the back side of the Earth away from us. So now, what time of day is happening on this side of the Earth? Right, over here is now going to be daytime, while we will be over here sleeping in the nighttime. Now the sun can be very powerful, and when the sun is hitting us directly and the sun's rays are hitting us directly, it can be really dangerous for our skin and our eyes. Here I have a picture of the sun. The sun is very large and hot. The sun is what makes the Earth warm and what makes the seasons happen. Now, to protect ourselves from the sun's rays, there's a few things we can do. Does anyone know what they are? Right, so I have two things here with me, and I have some sunscreen and I have some sunglasses. Now, when we look into the sun with just our eyes, it will really hurt, and it can even damage our eyes. So it's really important that on a sunny day, we wear sunglasses to protect ourselves from the sun's rays. When I put on my sunglasses, everything becomes tinted darker, and I can be able to look into bright light without my eyes getting hurt, and so the sunglasses protect my eyes. Have you guys ever worn a pair of sunglasses before? How did the rest of the world look when you were wearing your sunglasses? I know when we take our sunglasses off, it can take a second for our eyes to readjust to the sunlight once we take them off. I also have sunscreen. When it's really hot out, the sun's rays can damage our skin. So it's really important that when we go out in the sun and we're in the sun's rays, that we're wearing sunscreen so we don't get sunburn. It's really important to wear sunscreen and reapply if you're outside for a long time. Thanks for joining me today for Let's Find Out About It. Now let's go back to Miss Khalees.
All right, friends, welcome back from that activity with Miss Ari. It's time to wrap up Let's Find Out About It so we can go to centers. And I know you all are super excited for centers, so I'll make this kind of fast for you all. So, we learned a whole lot about the sun today, didn't we? Yeah. So the first thing that we learned is that the sun casts light down on Earth. So the sun is where we get all of our light. We know that this light can help plants grow, and it gives people lovely sunny days. So we love the sun, right? We're happy about the sun, but sometimes the sun can be a little dangerous. And with Miss Ari, you were able to talk about how you can protect yourself from hurting your eyes or getting sunburned. I know she mentioned how you can wear a hat, you can put on some sunscreen, put on some sunglasses, or you can just find some shade and maybe don't be directly out in the sun. So, now that you all learned all this information about the sun, it is time for you to go to centers with Miss Ari and Miss Hannah. I hope you enjoy these centers. I hope you have a lot of fun, and I will see you again at Sharing and Goodbye.